All right, everybody, how y'all doing? So, I wanted to discuss being hard on yourself, how we're hard on ourselves sometimes without even realizing that that's what we're doing, how this pertains to forex, and how we can correct it. So, first and foremost, okay, everybody knows what it's like to be hard on themselves. You know what I mean? You're trying to learn something new, and you're not quite getting it as fast as you want to. Okay. So now you're starting to doubt yourself and question yourself and get frustrated, beat yourself up mentally, maybe even physically. I don't know. Hopefully that's not the case, but I know how it can get. Okay. Because for the past month plus, I've been very hard on myself. I have. I've cried. I've, just had thoughts of, dying and things like that. And a lot of it has to do with Forex. I'm not gonna lie. I'm here to be honest with y'all. I'm here to be completely 100% honest with y'all. Okay. And sometimes it's just like, you look at your chart and you enter a trade and you think everything's just looking golden. You're going negative. You possibly lose the trade and you're just like, what the fuck? What's going on? Why is it not doing what I think it should be doing? What am I doing wrong? Am I stupid? Oh my God. And it gets deep, and if you just don't nip this in the butt right away, it can send you spiraling. You know what I mean? Like I'm getting myself out of a hole right now as it is because I do struggle with anxiety. So it's just like sometimes I just have these bouts of feeling very helpless. You know what I mean? And just feeling like things are not going my way and I just start to, I'm become very mentally hard on myself. And I'm going to tell you right now that's not the best way to accomplish anything. That's not how you get anything accomplished at all, actually, by blaming yourself and beating yourself up. And, especially when it comes to Forex. Because what will happen is, you're just looking at something and you're thinking, okay, this is good. I'm going to enter here. And now it starts not agreeing with what you're doing. And you're just like, what the fuck? Oh my fucking God. You know what I mean? And it happens. It's possible. I understand. Okay. Now, I want to tell you like this. If, okay, before I even get there, I want to say this. The market does what it wants when it wants to do it. Okay. Some pairs, I will say, are more tame than others and follow, market structure, if you will, a little better than other pairs. And some, it just seems like, they fuck you and you don't know what to do. You know what I mean? And that's the nature of the markets. So when I approach the markets, I look at it like this, okay? I'm like, okay, I will look at the chart, I'll draw my areas, whatever the case may be, and somewhere in the back of my mind, I'm looking at it as it can just shoot right up or shoot right down at any given moment. Does that happen most of the time? No, it doesn't. Does it happen? Yes, it does. Does it happen a lot? No, it doesn't. But that's how I look at it. Just because you just never know. With this thing, you never know. With life in general, you never know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? And you just need to keep that in mind. So nothing in life is a definite, besides death and taxes, like they say. And nothing in the market is a definite. And you need to keep that in mind. Okay. You can see a strong key area in the market. You draw your key area, you take your trade, and next thing you know, it's breaking your key area and you're freaking the fuck out because you're like, oh my God, why isn't it doing, it's not supposed to do that. Yes, it is. At the end of the day, yes, it is. The market is designed to take money from you and everybody else involved in it at the end of the day. Okay. And you just need to understand that. Okay. You might not exactly be doing anything wrong. It's just the market doing what it does. You know, it's designed to basically scare you and take your money. And what can happen is, say you draw your key area, right? Next thing you know, you're expecting a buy, okay? So it goes into your support and it just takes a dump right down. And you're like, oh my God. So it, either hits your stop or you exit the trade or whatever the case may be. And the next thing you know, it goes in your direction. And you're sitting there blaming yourself for it. Like that'll take you down a path of destruction. It will. And the thing is, it can be corrected. Okay, it can. You just have to keep a few things in mind. You have to remember that the nothing in the market or in life in general is definite or guaranteed. Just because you drew an area in the market, chances are tons of other people drew that area in the market. Doesn't matter how many videos you've watched and how many things you know what I mean? Everybody sees it. Most likely everyone's doing what you're doing. Even videos out there that tell you, oh, no, nobody's doing this and that. If the information's out there and thousands of people have saw it, yes, they are doing it. They're doing it. And at the end of the day, it does not really even matter what kind of strategy you're using and what kind of, if the bank or whoever wants you out of the market, they'll get you out. They'll get you out of the market. And the way you avoid that is just by being patient or just by having, you know what I mean, a strong stomach and the willpower to just get through it. Because at the end of the day, we don't feel the way we feel about a trade until we're actually in the trade. If you're just looking at a chart and you're not involved in any trade at the moment, it doesn't mean anything. You're just looking at it. And I just noticed that, like, the institutions or the banks, whatever, they can step in at any point in time they feel like it. It's not always at a certain time. Like, it can happen at any time. And I want to say a good way to combat this is to just, proper stop loss placement, for one. For two, make sure there's no, big news releases or anything like that going down. Three, when you see it's at an area of like support or something like that, support or resistance, and it hasn't broken through or anything like that, I would say just give it a little time. Give it a little time. When it's at those areas and it's just kind of, at the moment where the candles are getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and you're not quite sure what to do, if you haven't developed a bias yet in the market, just avoid it. Just avoid it until it does something. And I'm still, learning that myself, trying to get out of, just jumping right in a trade because it's at resistance and it's consolidating at resistance and it might go down. It might go down, it might go up. Because I've read in books that if it consolidates at resistance, that's a sign of strength. But a lot of the times I've seen it consolidate at resistance and then just drop. You will find a lot of conflicting information out there as well. And that's why it's just sometimes like, that's why the best strategy you can have, in my opinion, is to just get as much time in the market as you can and learn the behavior of the market. That way you know what to look out for. Don't be hard on yourself about it, because there's a good chance you're not actually doing anything wrong. Just the market is doing what the market does, trying to take your money. And that's really what it is. So when you're in drawdown, negative or whatever, a lot of the times you really just need to be patient and wait for it. If you know what you're doing, you just need to be patient, because drawdown is basically inevitable. Okay, especially if you're trading on like taking trades based on a higher time frame, it's basically inevitable. Okay, it really comes down to self-awareness. Get in the market, notice how you feel during certain events in the market, observe your own reactions, things like that, and then just correct them. That's all it's about. Forex has been just exposing to me what I need to correct, because I'm a stubborn person. I can be very stubborn at times, and I am the type of person that will do something wrong and somewhere in the back of my head know that, I can improve upon that something, but I'll just keep doing it. And I didn't really even realize this until like today, actually. I'm just like, hey man, like, you keep doing X, Y, and Z and you're not correcting it. Start correcting it. And that's what it comes down to. So, like I said, just don't beat yourself up about it. Just adjust. It's all about adjusting, making adjustments, and not being afraid to get in and not being upset and mad at the market or mad at yourself at the end of the day. Just calm down, notice the mistakes you're making, and then work on correcting the mistakes so you don't beat yourself up about it. Okay? And with that being said, I wish you guys the best of luck on your trading journey here. I'll definitely be coming to you with more content because, you know, I just want to be that voice that's gonna guide you through through these mistakes and issues that I'm pretty sure a lot of us are dealing with. So until next time.